What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the previous episode, you guys, I was fully prepared to purchase a vehicle, but as it turns out, we still don't have quite enough money to actually make that happen. We could buy some total hunk of junk and flip it and make some profit on it, you know, but that's no fun. I want to buy something super crusty, super old, super gross, and I want to transform that vehicle into something magical, and that unfortunately is going to take quite a bit of money. So having said that, today we are of course going to do yet another story order. This one is a 2000 Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Hey, it's RM. I still don't know what this dude's actual name is. I would like to know what his initials stand for at the very least, but he goes on to say, it's time to film another episode from the renovation of my car. This time, we'll be taking care of a comprehensive renovation of the suspension. I think it's a good idea for a longer episode. Let's roll. Let's freaking roll, dude. Freaking Evo? Absolutely. We'll see what this thing looks like. Oh my god, I swear, the last time that this car was in the shop, I know we washed it. Okay, why does it look like this again? Dude, what is this guy doing? We're gonna get this thing moved over to the car wash. We're gonna get her sprayed down first and first mostly. You guys know how we do. The episodes after a while of Car Mechanic Sim always kind of start to feel like the same thing. So I do like the story orders. They're there to, you know, help break things up, keep things fresh. So with the exterior and the interior now cleaned, we can move this vehicle into Car Lifter A, and we're gonna take a look at this thing, see what all it actually needs. He said it was suspension related, but as you guys can see, the exterior of the vehicle still looks like absolute balls. So maybe there's a possibility he'll have us do something with that. Potentially? No, it is literally, holy Christ alive, 7 pages of undiscovered parts. This is gonna take a very, very long time. First, we're gonna go through with the examine mode, which I always forget how to actually initiate. There we go. And we're just gonna scan every component, every system on the vehicle, and see if we can learn anything from that first. Otherwise, if the vehicle doesn't run, we might have to do just a little bit of visual inspection. If it does run, we can at the very least take it over to the test path and or the test track, and we should be able to learn quite a bit more about what all needs done to this thing. Dude, look at all the red underneath this vehicle. I mean, the orange really isn't all that great either, but the red, I mean, obviously those things definitely need replaced. So I'm actually really curious. I want to see just how many parts we've discovered now only using the examination mode. We'll say about 3 pages. That's actually pretty good, all things considered. Now, what I'm going to do is actually move the vehicle back out into the shop entrance, and we'll hop in this thing. Hopefully we can turn her over. Sure would be nice if we could just take this thing over to the test path. Let's see. Oh, it's going to let us drive it, dude. All right, well, oh, you know what I could have done? Something that would have actually been considerably easier than moving it around from place to place. We could have just straight up moved it over to the test path from the get-go. I don't know why we didn't do that. All right, let's start her up, though. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes, I am. First, we're going to test the brakes. Wow, it really didn't want to turn over. First, we're going to test the brakes in the front, and then we'll test the rear brakes. And finally, we'll test the suspension. Obviously, front brakes are pretty bad. Rear brakes, just as bad. We'll see what the front suspension's looking like. Okay, front suspension, very, very shot. Let's see what the rear is looking like. Okay, test complete. Yep, it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad, and I don't think that's actually gonna show us all that much. I guess the rubber bushings we couldn't actually diagnose from just our examination mode. So let's see now how many pages we've unlocked, so to speak. Oh, quite a bit more. Okay, dude. 1, 2, 3, 5. Only 5 more parts left to be discovered. I definitely think we can handle that. Let's move into our additional tools here. We're going to use our diag tools. Start with the OBD2 scanner, then we'll work our way around here. Okay, now that we're done with all of the diagnostic tools, I'm going to open up the car status, and hopefully we have everything now at least figured out. No, we learned absolutely nothing from all of those tools. So there's something else hidden in here that we can't find with our diag tools, we can't find with the examination mode, we can't find with the test path. I don't think that taking this to the test track will help us out all that much, but you know what? It's worth a shot. The worst thing that could happen here is that we just don't learn anything else about the vehicle, but at least, you know, oh dang dude, that blow-off valve sounds pretty sick. Not even gonna lie, I'm not an Evo fan, but I do appreciate a little turbo blow-off valve for sure. Or it could be a diverter valve. Coming into the braking zone. We know this car does not have the best brakes, so I'm gonna do that a little premature there. All right, and now the big question that I'm sure is on all of your guys' mind, did we learn anything from that? Let's have a look. Page 6, hey, there's one more part discovered potentially, and one final part remaining. I really don't know what the other parts were that we discovered, kind of hard to tell, but that's great news. Only one part left. I think best game plan to do right now, since we do only have that one final part remaining, I'm just gonna go through all of these parts and mark each and every one of them, and we'll just get a nice little time lapse going of the disassembly of everything. Before we actually start the time lapse though, I want to see just how bad it is. Oh yeah, all suspension related. Dude, this thing's lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. This is gonna take quite a bit of time. Okay, we got both the front and the rear suspension completely removed from the beautiful Evo. I also went through and purchased all the parts that we need in order to repair this thing, and I did try to take anything that we took off of the vehicle over into our other facility over here just to see if we could, you know, repair a few things, but honestly, everything that we could repair didn't actually need to be repaired or replaced. As far as the order is concerned. So a few $1,000s later spent in parts, I think we're ready to get this thing thrown back together. Definitely think disassembling this vehicle took way longer than reassembling it. That thing just flew by, but we do still have a few components, as you can probably tell, missing from the front end. So for that, we got to come over here to the spring puller, and rather than pulling the springs apart or the strut assembly apart, we're going to be reassembling all of those new components into one solid unit. And we're gonna have to do that twice because of course they do have suspension on both sides of the vehicle. There we go. We'll go ahead and remove that. Now we can get everything else thrown up into this thing, dude. This has been a interesting car for sure. I mean, it wasn't hard to diagnose necessarily because we have so many tools now at our disposal for that type of stuff. But when this dude, if this dude brings his vehicle back, I'm expecting it to still look basically brand new underneath. And if it doesn't, he's just doing something wrong. I don't know what to tell him. Okay, we'll go through the car status one last time here, but I think that is just about everything done. Oh yeah, I always forget that it shows us in the bottom left that the order's finished, and it'll highlight finish order in green. But before we do that, I gotta get a sick pic of this unit, dude. This is a solid unit, a racing machine. I wish there were some way where I could actually get a decent photo of the underneath of this vehicle, like of all the suspension work that we did to this thing. I just wish there were some way we could get a nice photo of it without like the ghost of the vehicle being present. But I do think we're gonna try a new angle at the very least. There we go. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that for sure, dude. That looks pretty solid. Even though the car itself doesn't look very nice, you know, it's pretty rusty, pretty gross looking. I think the photo will work anyways. But now we can officially finish this order, dude. We got $80,000. So we made about $5 grand on that order. That was a substantial amount of work for a measly 5,000 buckaroonies from that job, but it's all good. And we didn't level up, so I will have to do some off-camera stuff, unless we have a case that I just don't know about. Oh, we do. Duh, dude, we get a case after every story order that we finish. So let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. Maybe there's a chance we'll get around 400 XP. That way we can level up to 19. There's some scrap. Always love some good scrap. Bonus case. Let's have at it again, dude. Second time. Middle one. Okay, some more scrap. And the far left, bonus barn location map. Love that, actually, because I think we only have 3 of those now in total or something. Let's go ahead and sell all the additional parts. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have quite a few of those left. But I think that's where we're gonna wind this episode down at for today. Once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.